It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and we chatted at length around sleepy time, but sometimes there is feeding time, and that's also important. Now, when it comes to babies, not only is it important to consider their health and well-being, but also what we put into their bodies and the effect it can have. We're putting the spotlight on a rising business owner, Nabeelah Sawant from Beelie Baby, to give us more insight on the importance of the nutritional value of a baby food and how she took this particular company to new heights. Nutritious meals for babies, and you're going to hear the backstory. But first, Nabeelah, hi.
Hi, Cole.
This is so great, and also you brought a guest that's my size. Fantastic. It's always a pleasure. Is this Idris?
This is baby Idris. He was born 5 months ago. Yeah,
You would never tell because he's half my size already. Just great though. But Nabeelah, I'm very proud of your business. I have heard of it before, and you know, starting out to now, I think people need to know about the background because you were a corporate lawyer, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
And then you pivoted to baby food. How did that transition happen?
So I started out as a corporate lawyer.
Yeah.
Had lots of mommy friends. The baby was often being looked after by the granny or by the nanny. And they were purchasing jarred food or, you know, those pouches.
Yes.
And what would happen is the babies would then transition to pot food and they would start rejecting it. And, well, it's what I call the chicken nugget pandemic. They were then forced to offer chicken nuggets or fish fingers, and that's all the baby would eat. So I sought to kind of solve that problem for moms, and that's how Beelie was born.
And Beelie is essentially, just in a nutshell, the babies are going to eat what they will eat later, which is great. So you're really getting used to the flavors. And also, coming from certain backgrounds, the flavors are different, which is always fantastic. And there's such great variety. But obviously, 5 months ago, Idris came into our lives because he's my best friend now. And how has it been balancing being a businesswoman and a mom at the same time?
So it's tough, but the transition's been quite smooth for me.
Yes.
I've really enjoyed it. I've got a very strong support structure at home. My nanny's there. I've got a very strong team at Beelie. I've got a husband who changes nappies and does all the daddying. So, and he helps me a lot with Beelie as well. You know, he kind of does all my spreadsheets. I'm horrible with numbers. I've got a good, strong support structure at home, and I think that's helped a lot. It really does take a village to raise a child. And I think it's very important that as a mom, you take those mental health breaks that you need.
Yes.
And you take the help when it's offered. And I do.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Right, Idris? I was telling you this earlier. It's my best friend. Anyway, with regard to the flavor, the flavors you added, the inspiration behind that, because I know there was a time where I had an interaction with Beelie and I realized that biryani would be very important in the future of a child.
Yeah.
Is there a biryani flavor now?
There is a vegetable biryani, and we've brought you a tub so that you can sample it.
Yes! I'm so excited.
You should maybe add a little bit of salt because we don't add any salt to our meals. Babies can't process salt, so there's no salt added to the meals.
Oh, this is fantastic. So, I mean, this is not an ordinary mashed pumpkin thing. You know, to every parent out there, they are going to get maximum nutrition with flavors that the household knows, which is very, very spectacular. I think it's great.
So our goal at Beelie is to develop an adventurous eater. And part of that is, you know, we're trying to steer clear of food aversions.
So he's smiling.
Are you smiling?
That's Idris, because we're best friends. Sorry.
So part of it is, you know, reducing the risk of food aversions, and we develop... What's it?
You wanted to add that you wanted to develop. He was actually trying to finish a sentence, yes?
We develop adventurous eaters. And so that's why we've introduced flavors like vegetable biryani, chicken curry, your frikadelle and pumpkin. So typical things you'll find at Granny's house on a Sunday, you know, for lunch or a meal that you'd make in the week. And it's all just part of growing an adventurous eater. And he already looks like an adventurous eater.
So, Idris, just a question for you. Obviously, Uncle Carl is your favorite person in the whole world, but could you ask your mom something for me, if you don't mind? Just ask your mom what she would say to other young business owners and even moms trying to get started. You'd start a Beelie Baby, and it's a business that you are now growing and growing and growing. What message would you like to send to those people who are a bit doubtful, saying, I'm a mom, I got too much to do, I can't do this?
Just start. We just started. I'd finished half my business plan. I was a bit anxious. My husband was like, you know, we were all sitting on the fence, but rooting for me all the way. And I just started. Don't listen to any of the naysayers. Just go for it. And, you know, as we started small. We kept it quite small. We didn't invest too much money. And don't go into debt. We took out no loans. So we self-funded everything, and I think that's helped. Yeah, that's helped us.
And this is why we are so proud of you, and we cannot wait to taste your product, including the vegetable biryani flavor, which is going to be my favorite. Look at that, an amazing range, and those details, beeliebaby.com, as well as Beelie Baby SA on Instagram. Drop Nabeelah and the team a DM, and of course, support this amazing local brand and support the nutrition of your baby today.